Does that also suggest, or would it be out of place to think that if he chose to come to Nigeria, it will mean that there are people waiting to receive him?
Of course, we have what we call sleeper cells. These are people that are on ground in Nigeria, on the ground in Nigeria, and that they stay there. They provide succor and provision for those who come into communities. It has happened in other countries. If we are thorough enough, we'll know there are what called sleeper cells on the ground that receives those who have come in to do harm. And at once they pass through the customs and all that, there is a place that they will stay. They will take care of them, and from their plan and carry out operations. It happens in other countries. So we cannot rule out that there are people, and that's why we said when you talk about Boko Haram, how do we trail those who are sponsoring this organization? How do you get the money trail to pinpoint people? Now they say they've picked off some people that are sponsors. If it is so, you can even run the money trail. There are people who supply them food, fuel, and everything. If you get the names of those, you can even go further to those who are expending the money for Boko Haram. So we have to be very careful, especially in this time in our country. Those who come in like that, and in fact, should I say, national profiling should be given a pride of place. Where is the person coming from? What is he coming to do? If he's coming from a particular region that we know that is unstable and has link with our internal conflicts or internal insurgency, can we draw up a link with him to any of these organizations? There is a lot of work to be done. I
remember last time, I think it was the SSS that busted this ring, this huge cache of arms that was buried underground. Yes. I think they eventually went to court. They found it in Kano, if I remember properly.
Yes, I did, yes.
And so all of those matters still very much out there.
Yes.
So this is something that, beyond immigration finding out, how did he get a passport? The DSS2 can step in and look, trace this. What really is going on? Is he coming? Is Nigeria his final destination, or was he meant to take off from elsewhere?
Somebody is living for a particular place. The questions are, where is he going to stay? In their visa applications, you must state, in some countries, you must state where you're going to stay, the address of where you're going to. So if he stated any address like that, then there should be a follow-up to go and check those addresses. Who are those staying there? What links do they have with what is happening in the country?
This is where the Lebanese government will come in.
Yes, because if the government also believes that either it's running away from something there, if he's running away from something there.
Yeah, he has been sentenced to.
Yes, so definitely we have to look at this. I don't know what happened in our immigration offices there. Definitely you are supposed to supply the name of a place you are going to stay. Even sometimes when you are invited for a conference in a place like South Africa, you must give where you are going to stay.
So many questions that must be answered. Picking up from where Chimila left off, questions as, did you get an invitation? What exactly are you coming to do?
Yes.
And who actually issued this visa? Because these are things that we must bring into perspective. If we have to go back to the point Mark raised about a surgery done, but by the time we go through all of these line of questioning, don't you think we should be able to get to the bottom of it all?
We can, if we are serious people. We can go back from the beginning and trace everything from every step of his movement. His submission of passport, his presentation of himself. Okay, if there's a surgery, the plastic surgery that has been done, and then you've not known him originally, but from the passport itself, you can dictate a passport that is fake. So how did he pass through there to be given a visa? So these are the issues. So we cannot just, our immigration offices in those places, we have to be careful about them and then know exactly, we have to equip them with the best equipment that is available in every part of the world.
Do you think they will be privy to the outcome of the investigation when eventually it's done?
Definitely, people would like to know, but in most cases in this country, when things like that take a very long time, we don't even hear the outcome of it at the end. But if people are interested in this issue and ask questions, I think they could follow it to the logical conclusion. We don't have to stand by and just allow things to go the usual way. This government is government unusual. So we believe that this government will try and press as much as possible to see that this issue is driven to the logical conclusion.
Could it be a security matter?
Okay. Of course it is.
But by that I mean that if the conclusion is done, would we be privy to this? We might not be privy to it because it could be a security matter. Would that excuse suffice?
But if it's a threat to our national security,
we should all be aware.
We should be informed of his movement. When you see caches of arms and all that in any part of the country, You know what the outcome normally. Either they will jail the people to find out. But also, it's not only jailing them. You have to treat them. Why are they in that place? How were these weapons stored in that area? How provided the location for them? Who allowed them to come into this country? These are issues that will link people in Nigeria to the crisis, to the problem there. People don't just get a visa and come into a country not knowing where they are going to. Who will pick them at the airport?
Well, at this moment, the only information from the government which is out there is that they've ordered an investigation, that they're looking into it. But should we get briefings from our government about this kind of matter, because a lot of people are concerned about it?
I think they should do that. The Immigration Department should be giving us, timely and either weekly or something update on how far they've gone with it. We cannot just keep quiet. The nation should not just keep quiet because of this very important issue, especially at this critical stage in our country's security, and the links that we know that they have with other terrorist organizations, that ISIS and all that. They operate they've been given the franchise to operate. ISIS has given them Boko Haram the franchise to operate in Nigeria and other West African countries. Why is this man coming to Nigeria by this time, when the government has just stated that they are going to deal with Boko Haram in the next 3 months?
But what kind of impression would this create in the international circle? Are they going to wait on Nigeria to come up with a response or something?
I think, since the war on terror is a global one, other countries will also try to find out exactly what the background of this man. Eventually, we are going to get a lot of information about him that we don't know now, and that they will try as much as possible. It's not allowed to go scot-free, because if he's allowed to leave this country, it could cause other problems in other parts of the world. And the war on terror is a global one. So whatever affects each country will also be seen as a threat to other countries.
And we don't even have any information yet if our government has reached out to Lebanon for physical examination of their passport.
Sometimes the government don't make such pronouncement. They don't do it that often.
So they might have done that.
They must have done that. They have their own channels to deal with it. They will not come to the open to discuss how far they've gone and all that. They will not do that. When they've gotten the exact information they require for this issue, I think they will give a statement, to the press or to the people of Nigeria, to tell them that this is how far we've gone, and this is what we know of this man, and this is what we are going to do with him.
But given the latest drive now that we have, we fight against insurgency, the president visiting our neighbors, and then going on to the African Union, to G7, just rallying support, should we really have any cause of concern? Because even if we were coming here, we're not sitting back and folding our arms and watch things deteriorate.
No, but the fact is that if you have an issue like this in your country at this critical stage, why won't you look at it seriously? Why don't you take it seriously? That somebody with a record like we know now, that is from ISIS and all that, we don't have to. The fight against terror is three-layered issue. The international community, the sub-region, regional organizations, and then the country itself. So we work in concert. Whatever happens here, they'll have to, if they have his trail and his record, it will go to other members of the international community. They will see where he has visited before. It might not be Nigeria. It's not his first time of going out. He's been using false passport to go to other countries. So they'll find out exactly what is done there, who he met there. They are going to visit those people. They are questioning them again. It's going to cause it will go through a lot of countries. So it's not only about Nigeria now. The fight on the war on terror is about the whole world. No country is safe. And where one is caught, they have to trail to make sure that they can trace him to wherever he has gone, his previous activity, what he has done in Lebanon, in other parts, in Egypt and all that, and all is linked with ISIS. The international community will try to know. It's not going to be only a Nigerian affair.